Okay, well done. We're on conversation class, and this is all your work. I asked one question: what did you do last weekend? And it's taken some time because we had to fix all of these problems, but this is what we got to in the end. So this was Thomas's work, and it was all beautiful as well. This is all stuff in the past, using the verb to be in the past. He started saying, my weekend was very bad. And then he said, actually, you know what? My weekend wasn't very bad. And I said, could you ask that as a question? He said, how was your weekend? Question, answer, negative answer. And then, I'll come back to this later, but Adam said last weekend I was at home. So basically what we're looking at when we talk in the past simple and we use the verb to be, there's only one verb. The verb to be. There are no other verbs here. You know, there are adjectives and nouns and things like that, but no other verbs. That's the key. When we use the verb to be, we just use the verb to be, and that's really important. We have the subject and the verb to be in the positive. We have the subject and the verb to be in the negative. Of course, you need to add the word not for the negative. For the question, we just take the subject and the verb to be and we turn them around. And maybe we'll add a question word at the beginning. How was your weekend? Well, my weekend was very bad. So that's the verb to be in the past. Done, finished, good, great. Now, here's all the other stuff. Because the thing is, when we talk about what we did last weekend, we don't use the verb to be a lot. We use other verbs. Here we've used stay, watch, wear, go, eat, do and buy, but we've used them all in the past tense. That's what we do with positive sentences. These sentences are all positive. I stayed at home. I watched TV. I went to swim. I ate tuna with rice. I did some work and I bought some food. Now, these are all your sentences and they're great. Some of them are using regular verbs and some of them are using irregular verbs. They're all really good sentences. Of course, then we can take these positive sentences and we can make them negative. So, I watched TV. I didn't watch TV. Notice how when we put it in the negative, we need to use the verb do in the negative past. This is the bit that says past. Then the main verb is always present simple first person. So I watched TV, negative, I didn't watch TV. I went to swim, I didn't go to swim. I ate tuna with rice, I didn't eat tuna and rice. I bought some food, I didn't buy some food. Of course, these sentences aren't perfect, but they're good enough. One of the interesting things, going back to the positive for a moment, was for this sentence, Adam said, well, you don't have to use this verb. You could say, I was at home instead of I stayed at home. Absolutely, you can. So you could say, at the weekend I stayed at home, or at the weekend I was at home. They mean the same thing. Here we're using the verb stay. Here we're using the verb to be. Doesn't matter, you can use both. Doesn't matter either. But you can't use both of them at the same time. You either use I was at home or I stayed at home, but not both. We can't mix this. We either use the verb to be or we use all of the other verbs. And there are thousands and thousands of verbs. Which means that this language we use more, because this is just one verb. This is thousands of verbs. Thousands. So this is why this language, in a way, is so important, because there are so many verbs. So, positive and negative. And then we sort of started working on, when you hear an answer, asking the next question. So you could say, did you watch TV yesterday? You can say, yes I did, no I didn't. That's a short question using the first word is the auxiliary verb. But usually when we ask questions, not always, because we do ask yes-no questions all the time, but usually we use a question word like, how many episodes did you watch? Or what did you watch on TV? So, you know, we could say, did you watch TV yesterday? Yes, I did. Well, what did you watch? Notice, for questions and negatives, we use the same language. We use a question word first, then we use the little verb do in the past. Then the subject, and then the main verb in the present. So we only use the past tense for positive sentences. For negatives and for questions, we use the present simple. The difference here is negatives we say didn't, and for questions we say did. Okay? We can ask questions with negatives as well, that's fine, but let's not do that today. So, did you watch TV? Yes, I did. I watched TV. Well, what did you watch? I watched Friends. Oh, how many episodes did you watch? I watched. How many episodes did you watch? 30. My goodness. I want you to do more writing for me, okay? I bought some food. Oh, nice. What food? Sorry. What food did you buy? And of course, the answer, I bought chocolate. Thank you.